Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today I'm playing along with May I Scraplift You, and I am scrapbooking or scraplifting Catherine Bodie Blue, I believe is her name, and I'll have her Instagram down below, as well as the layout that I'm scraplifting will be up in the corner, and it'll be at the beginning of the video. So that's the layout that I'm going to work with today, and I really liked it because I liked the idea of the white space. I don't do a ton of that on my pages, and so I thought I would try and create this layout with a whole lot more white space than I normally have. This video also is a design team layout for SPIEGELMOM Scraps, and I am using the Dink sequins that are released for the month of April. So these are the sequins. So these will come into play later at the end to decorate this page. So to start, I have my white cardstock, and I have cut it down to 11.5 by 11.5 because I am going to mat it. So I have that, and then I have Distress Oxide ink in fossilized amber and pine needles, and then I have some Spritz Hint of Mint shimmers. So I'm going to start with some stamping, and I'm going to follow the sketch pretty well in that I'm going to have my layout be more centralized down here to the bottom of the page. And I have no idea where this stamp set is from, so I can't tell you where this one in particular is from, but it's just a sort of faux mixed media stamp, and these aren't the best quality stamps. They are only acrylic, they're not photopolymer, so we'll see how well these stamp. I don't buy a ton of these kind of stamps. I usually like photopolymer. I find they stamp better, but that's okay. This is for a mixed media look, so it's okay if they're not perfect. That will be fine. And since I know I'm keeping it down here, I'm just going to stamp a few of these kind of in keeping where I plan to position everything for this layout. So let me reach across. So I'm going to do this, and I figure this isn't going to take me too long, so I thought I would leave this part in the video. So hopefully, I usually show you or tell you what I'm going to do and then do it off camera, but I thought some people like to actually see the process, so trying to make sure I do keep a little bit of that sort of in every once in a while. So I'm just going to play with a few of these and get some random sort of ink splotches, and most of this I'm sure is going to get covered up. So I'm going to do a little bit, maybe more than I think I need kind of thing, because like I said, most of this is going to get covered up. I might come in and have to do some stamping later, but we're going to go with just that for now. And one hint I will say is I really do like the look of some of it looking like it's coming off the page. I find it just gives it a bit more of an organic feel. This stamp set is from Scraptastic, if you remember that kit club from like a million years ago. This was one of the stamp sets from that, and I just wanted to add a little bit more interest to my background because, you know, I can't not add something. I feel like a white space background is a real challenge for me, and so I have to add something. So I'm going to just add a few of these also in the background. This definitely doesn't need to be perfect. Really just wanting to add something here so that it feels, I don't know, not so white. I don't know. don't know what the right word is, but yeah, I have a feeling like I'm gonna have a struggle with this whole white, more white on the page than I'm used to. But we're gonna make it work. We're gonna see if I can do this. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm just gonna come in and add some splatters with this shimmers. It's really, really light, but I am going with yellow and green as my colors for this page. So I didn't need it to be super. I'm just grabbing a paintbrush, sorry guys. I didn't need this to be super dark colored. Wow, I have no words. Like, words are problems for me today, clearly, because I can't find them. So here is my splatters. Again, don't need a lot. Again, most of this is going to get covered up. I can already tell that you're not even going to see most of this, which is hilarious. All right, so I'm going to let that dry, and then off camera, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to set that off to the side to dry, bring in my papers here. So like I said, I was going with yellow and green. Most of the papers I have pulled are mostly on the green colors. And I should also mention, I am using my How to Kill a Kit with Style. And so if you are interested to see what was in that kit, you can always go back in my channel and check that video out. But I am using that kit. So I have two photos here. I'm going to mat them on this white first, and then I'm going to mat them both on this green tone-on-tone kind of pattern paper. So I'm going to do that off camera. And then the other thing I'm going to do, in keeping with the sketch, or not the sketch, I keep calling it sketches, in the layout, or so for the scrap lift, I'm going to cut a chunk from both of these pattern papers. And it looks like they could have been 6x6 papers or a little bit smaller, but they were definitely scraps. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut two chunks out of these to layer up behind my my photos. And then I also have this pattern paper, which is just a gray and white, or a gray dot on a white background. So I'm just going to add that in as well, and just have these be layers behind my photos, which obviously are going to go down in that corner. So I'm going to go off camera, get these layered up, get my photos matted, and go ahead and add my photo to my layout. So when I come back, I will have my photo down, my layers on the background down, in keeping with the scrap lift, and I will have my white cardstock backed on this pale teal greeny colored cardstock. So all that to say, I'll be right back, and we'll start putting the embellishing on this page. Okay, so I have my photos down, and here is what it looks like. I did add my title just because that was going to be a little tedious to get that stuck down. I did pop my photo and all the layers up on some fun foam, so there is some dimension on the page with that being popped up. And then basically, like I said, I'm keeping to the yellow and greens, and so I'm just going to create, at this point I'm not really looking at the sketch or the scrap lift. So I've kind of kept it with a lot of white space, and then I think hers is a bit more centered. Mine's a little bit more down toward the bottom right. So now I'm just going to come in with some embellishments and just finish creating this page. And I just went through and picked some ephemera pieces, nothing, just some florals. These pictures are from outside, and so I definitely wanted to play up the floral kind of idea and use up some of the florals in this, or in my embellishment pack that I had in my How to Kill a Kit with Style. So I just went ahead and pulled different elements that had the yellow and the greens, and I have some vellum pieces here. Also, because in my kit I have my Color Rush Studio, I am also using some of the ephemera that was in the pack that goes with that kit. And so I have some vellum in there. I have my little fabric hearts. And then I also brought in some acrylic pieces from Bramble Fox. I do get the Fox box. I don't really buy a ton of scrapbook supplies, but that is one of the things that I did decide to subscribe to again. I did subscribe to them in the past, so I did start my kit up again. So I do have those coming, and I'm just playing with these here. So I did bring in, like I said, some acrylic pieces because I thought that would be kind of fun, and I'm going to play with this probably off camera a little bit. I have my cork trees, and I want to kind of have them up a little bit so you can actually see them. So we'll see how that goes. Thinking something like this. I want that one higher. And this is where I'm going to bring in my acrylics. And just have... So I definitely have more embellishing. I did keep white space, so I am trying to accomplish with that. I definitely probably have more embellishing on my page than the Scraplift, but I do like how this one looks. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and get all of this glued down, and then here are the sequins. I'm just going to come in and put some sequins in each of my embellishment clusters, maybe a little bit throughout my sort of mixed media. And from this set, there are blue and sort of like a silvery blue, I almost want to say, but I'm going to focus on just the greens. So when I go to glue them down, you'll see that I'm just going to pick those two colors. So yeah, I'm going to get this glued down, and then we'll come back and just add the sequins and call this one good. All the embellishments are down, so now, like I said, I'm just going to come in here with some of my sequins, and I'm going to add just a few sequins in my embellishment clusters, and in my a little bit of my mixed media here, just to add a little bit of sparkle, because why not? And we'll just dot some sequins around, and we will call this one done. So I figure I would add a couple of these really big ones. I don't want to have too many of these big ones, but I figured a couple of them would be kind of fun to tuck here and there. They're so big, I love them. If you haven't shopped at SPIEGELMOM Scraps, they have amazing sequins. They have tons of different sequin mixes that basically will coordinate with just about any of the new collections or any scrapbooking collections that you might have in your stash, so definitely check them out. I will have in the description box below a link to the shop, and if you are not buying the mix, the like monthly release, you can use Vanessa 15 and it will save you 15% off on just everything else that's in the store, all the regular items in the shop. So if you are in the market for some fun sparkly goodies, definitely use that. It'll save you a little bit. Doesn't cost you anything. Just gets to save you some money. So definitely always nice to save a little bit. I know I like saving, and always look for the deals for sure. So be sure to go and check out SPIEGELMOM Scraps and see what they have in stock. This is going up, I think. I'm not sure if the sales will still be on for National Scrapbook Day or not when this goes up, but if they are, definitely take advantage of those. You can still use Vanessa 15 and it will save you even more. So just something to keep in mind. It's a great time to stock up on the sequins, especially at National Scrapbook Day, because you can get them on a really good deal. I know there was some great sales on SPIEGELMOM Scraps, sequins and other things in the shop. So if you did grab it, great. If not, you can always, like I said, use that coupon for at least a little bit off. And with that, guys, this is going to do it. That is my layout. And like I said, don't forget to check out Catherine's Instagram. It'll be linked down below. Give her some love, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.